Davis, and today, guess what? Something special. Those of you hardcores out there, I know you've heard about it. Well, guess what? It's here. This is the little guy, Max. I guess you could call it years in the making because this is, to me, the future of recreational vehicles on the planet. We are blessed to have the one, the only, the world famous, yes, you've heard about him, Chris Baum from Little Guy. Chris, first of all, just an overview of how we got here on this before we talk about details. Give us just how this thing ended up here today.
Well, thanks, Eric, for that introduction. I don't know if there's going to be enough camera or airtime for the both of us here, from what I've heard, or at least if one microphone is going to be enough. But yeah, we're really excited about the Little Guy Max, and you can truly say that. I know, one thing that Joe, the owner of Little Guy, the co-owner is a Little Guy. Joe's kept a journal for about 14 or 15 years of us going to shows and doing stuff and accumulating the customer input. And so with having years and years of doing shows and Joe's journals, we sat out by his fire and talked about, this time coming. And with the things that transpired over the last year or two, it's opened up big doors for us. And I must say that Dylan has done a fantastic job in the overall design of what we have going on here. And it's the first introduction from our new manufacturing facility in Somerset, Pennsylvania.
To talk about retro, teardrop, lightweight, everything that we have found that has become popular in travel trailers is right here. We're going to do a little walk around and talk about specifics of product, but we've actually been fortunate to have a little input into, let's say, the final product that we're looking at. Here's the thing. Right now, for you to go out and make an investment in a brand new vehicle, go do the math there. What we like is the fact that we have lightweight travel trailers that can be towed with maybe your existing vehicle. The other thing is where you're going. We find that we are in a society now, we're moving. So whether you want to call this the ultimate weekend warrior, or you want to talk about let's head to Florida and hang out for the winter, this is probably accomplishes both of those things. We're going to start kind of up front, and I'm going to have my friend kind of help me a little bit with this. The overall styling of this thing, first of all, you have a clear coat finish on an Azdale, which is basically a vacuum bonded fiberglass with what? Well, guess what? It's waterproof. Plus it has the clear coat finish. You've got the accent trim work, which really kind of sets this apart from anything else that you'll see out there. First of all, lightweight. You've got an aluminum frame with that Azdale construction. With that comes foam core. So now you've got the best insulated, the lightest weight. The weight of this travel trailer is from the floor level down. So from a towing perspective, what I got here is something that's ready to roll. You have the same concept here with the one-piece construction. What does that mean? My friend Mr. Baum here doesn't got to get up on top of this and to maintain a warranty, clean it, seal it, do all that fun stuff because it is enclosed in that same foam core insulation. Once again, quality. Also, where you have the rugged stuff that goes with this, you've got the diamond plate, you've got, if you will, the clear coat finish on the trailer. What that means is you're talking about maintenance. This is a very low maintenance travel trailer. Why are you doing this? Would you agree?
Absolutely. You want something that's going to be, if it's a Friday afternoon, the weather's going to be great for the weekend. In a half hour, you're ready to get out on the road. So you want something easy to maintain. You don't want to spend all your life fixing this and worrying about all these things that can go wrong.
So low maintenance, quick on the trigger. Because of the lightweight capabilities of this, let's go camping. I mean, yes, we can apply a weight distribution hitch if you're going cross country. However, with the light tongue weight, with some of the fun things, and if we're walking around front here, you can see This is a leveling system, so not only is it an electronic jack, but it has a memory. It will remember the height of your ball for your vehicle. So what we're doing here is basically putting you in a situation where, guess what? Less is more. Now we've added here a bike rack. The bike rack, in mounting the bike rack here, two things are accomplished. Yes, I put the bikes in front of the travel trailer instead of on the back. That would be the proverbial tail wagging the dog. And this pivots to the front or the back, meaning that at the campsite I have access to all of my fun stuff. Now that fun stuff would be, you've got 20 pounds of propane. You've got 12-volt deep cycles as far as the battery. Automatic switchover as far as the regulator is concerned. And we're actually going to talk about modifying the front cabinet here, the tub. What are going to be the changes made here?
There's just going to be a few changes because overall, I don't think there's a lot of changes to it. We're going to probably get rid of some of these rivets, get rid of some of that, just kind of clean it up a little bit. So there's not going to be wholesale changes to it.
Let's talk about travel trailers in general. Walk around any travel trailer dealer. What's the first thing you do not see? Front windows or back windows. What you're going to see on the little guy Max is let the air in. You've got bulletproof, if you will, the opportunity to have both screens, and not only do we have screens, we've got shades, but look at the amount of light that will pour into the travel trailer. Forget the fact that these are Haydocy type rain covers. When that water's coming down, guess what? All my air's still moving through. These are not sliding type windows. I've got just like a beautiful, I'm going to protect my window, do all the fun stuff, but I've got massive space here. Notice please the little LED lamps. These are subtle things. The exterior of this travel trailer is all LED. The interior of this travel trailer is all LED. It draws very little power. So once again, if you're doing that weekend warrior thing, off-grid, whatever, I've got to, well, let's first of all, it's the nicest tent on the block, and it's bear-proof, right? That's huge. Bear-proof?
Well, it's something people are always nervous about, but, in Ohio, it's a huge issue.
It is.
The bear population.
It is. The grizzly population has tripled, literally in the last week. Come on around here. Let's look at some more. As we look, first of all, is the integrated windows, and once again, all Haydocy type. You've got exterior LED on the back side of the trailer. Why would you do that? When you're getting hooked up, I've got LED lamps this side, LED lamps that side. You have a 6-gallon recycling Atwood. From the standpoint of hot water, honey, I don't know what you're doing, but we got hot water. It's all good. You have lockable potable water. In other words, no one has access to your potable water. You got a cute little vent here where I can literally hook my hose up and then relock my access panel. Then you've got cable. So I have plug-in cable because certain campsites you're certainly going to be able to plug in and have those 300 channels that we're all hopeful we can get.
In HD.
HD LED, which means it's using very little power. As we work our way back, 30 amps of service, 30 feet of cord coming with. Let's talk a little bit about the aluminum forged wheels. First of all, they've upgraded. They've gone to a tire that when you roll down the road is applicable, let's say for a light truck versus that designated travel trailer. It's a better suspension. Tell us a little bit about the axle which is on this trailer.
Correct. It's a rubber torsion axle that we continue to use. The GVWR on this is about 3,800 pounds. But then also about these wheels, we went to a different wheel. With this trailer overall, you've got a 2-year standard warranty on everything. With these wheels, we feel so strong about it. We're also going to include a 2-year 24/7 roadside assistance program. So if you are somewhere, you blow a tire, you have an issue, you pick up the phone, somebody's going to come out and fix it for you. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know who else does that.
He just shocked me a little bit on that one. That's the whole, well, that's gift with purchase, if you will. But anyone who has towed and understanding a rubber torsion axle, meaning that kinder and gentler to the vehicle, kinder and gentler certainly to the travel trailer. The best of the best that is out there, they're the only people using this axle. Why? Because well, it's an expensive system, but the bottom line is it works. So let's work with it. You have outdoor shower, by the way, hot and cold running water. You have the overhead wand, so you have all that fun stuff that comes with. Actually, integrating these windows into the design of the travel trailer really is cool to me, because think about the light we've seen. We've seen light pouring through the front of the trailer. I've got two Haydocy types. You've got your refrigerator access. And as my friend Aaron comes around here, I wanted to take a quick shout out into our storage compartment. First of all, we've heard of families of 4 living in this storage compartment. So that concerns me, because look at the space. And not only that, these are what are called slam latch mechanisms. This is obviously the best of the best. So instead of, they're magnetic, they hold their place. Keeping in mind, if we look at this distance, what does that tell you right away? I've got tables, I've got chairs, I've got rugs, I've got children that I need to store in here. The bottom line is, now I can handle that space without strapping them to, I don't know, the top of my car.
It's a 13 by 30 space, 30 cubic feet of storage space in there. So when you're putting those kids in there, as a matter of fact, one of the options is we can put an optional screen door on there so that they don't suffocate. So that is an option. Could become standard soon.
I just got one up. Outstanding. Come on around, Aaron.
Like you didn't think that was going to happen at some point.
Here's now we talk about, once again, light coming through the front, light coming through the back. We have all the Haydocy type. You have the same luxury here of both screen, shade, but the point here is this allows you to utilize overhead fans and the air that you can create. Travel trailers, by design, do not have windows. Why? Because windows leak. These are European formulated windows with the mylar coverings, meaning that they've been using this radius for a long time. And what do? They not only handle the shade, but they also don't leak. They're built to withstand this kind of punishment.
And as a dual pane window, it's also going to provide an insulation factor to the trailer.
Couple of
I'm all
points.
about features and benefits.
LED lamps, LED running lamps. LED, so once again, informing you all exterior and all interior as far as the lamps are concerned. There will be color options available on the Max. Can we talk to the color options?
As far as the sidewalls, either white or silver, and then we're going to start out with 3 different trim options: black, red, and silver. Right now, you can get custom options as we come down the road. Those are going to be an option.
These are the classic colors. In doing this for a while, the color options which are available on the little guy Max is exactly what the market is looking for. Come on around. Additional pass-through storage. You have your access panels. By the way, let's talk about an attention to detail. All of your access panels on the exterior match the exterior clear coat. This is huge. If you look throughout the industry, you might have 5 different color options on the side of a travel trailer. So to have, if you will, the consistency is a beautiful thing. Now, some of the fun stuff. We've got exterior entertainment. So not only the outside set of speakers, we have an additional port for that television, which can be removed from the bracket on the inside, taken to the bracket on the outside, and fed with not only USB but cable ports. So I have integrated 110 and USB cable ports, and I have also my cable hook up here so that I can bring it all outside. Now, an awning on a travel trailer that is in the lightweight classification, frankly, has not been seen before. Now we have this luxury. They've doubled up by going to a row of LED lamps underneath the awning, which create, fun stuff. And we also have exterior LED lamps. So if I'm looking at the outside of of the Max. Wow. Now, the other thing, and you can't see it during the day, but we also have a lighted access post, as you obviously see the handhelds, which are fun. You have a secondary window. So even the door comes equipped with the window. Then let's point out some of the obvious. Aluminum step. Yes, it's done for weight, but above and beyond that, how cool to have an aluminum step accessing the side entry. What do you think?
I think it's great. Having the LED light with the step is great. Also, it's not going to rust. And something else that I wanted to point out as far as the frame underneath, it's a tubular steel frame underneath of it that's been powder coated to automobile standards. So with that, you're not going to have to worry about the rusting. You're not going to have to worry about that thing underneath ever going bad.
Powder coat steel frame, aluminum entry step. You have all the fun stuff as far as the inside-outside construction. Let's face it, we've just seen the exterior of the Max. I'm impressed. Can you tell me what's going on inside?
We got a lot going on inside, and I think once again this is going to come from years of listening to the consumer about what's important, what's not important, and then also in the construction of it during the prototyping stage. We talk to dealers. Janine Pettit with Girl Camper has been amazing throughout this process to really, we're not going to build a trailer and then tell you how it's going to be. We want you to tell us how you want that trailer to be. What's missing in the industry, and I think the guys nailed it all the way through on the inside, and we'll talk about that. Once again, we incorporated the sliding screen door, which everybody seems to like. Sliding screen and the blind on the window. Windows, man.
Before we race inside, I'm just noticing, quick disconnect propane port. For you guys out there who utilize that, it's a concept of being able to plug in that gas grill. Could be that space heater. Could be that you have an extended piece of gas line where you're plugging in your old Coleman. Once again, these are just details. Don't want to miss the ball jacks. As far as stabilizers are concerned, the stabilizers on this system, first of all, they look good. Not only do they look good, they're obviously, do they serve their purpose? Of course. I understand it's a lightweight travel trailer, but the point is, from a stabilization standpoint, the ball jacks are the best we can get. Come on inside, let's see this Max.
Oh, one other thing on the outside that we missed that I want to make sure. On the rear of the trailer, there's a 2-inch square receiver on the rear of the trailer. So you can use that for, if you've got slide-ins for you need extra storage. If you've already got bike racks for the rear, it's there and it's available. About 150-pound weight capacity.
150 pounds. So if you're carrying things like generators, you're gonna, you might be carrying that grill with you. Bottom line is, you don't want to exceed when a manufacturer tells you what that weight is back there, because that just goes to the ease of rolling down the road and towing.